Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yandan with Evening News. The headlines. Advisor for School Education and SCERT, Katie Sukhalu, releases 12 Nagaland heritage-based films. Nagaland is the first SCERT in the country to introduce course for Diploma in School Counselling. On International Day of Peace, Chief Minister Neiphiu expresses hope that ideals of peace will reign supreme. And Nagaland State Department of Economics and Statistics releases gross state domestic product of Nagaland. Now the news in detail. MLA and Advisor for School Education and SCERT, Katie Sukhalu, released 12 Nagaland heritage-based films by SCERT Nagaland at Kohima today. The 12 Nagaland heritage-based short films are based on customs, practices, values, and different aspects of Naga culture, which are drawn from the school subject, Nagaland Heritage Studies, based solely on the rich cultural heritage of the Nagas. Speaking at a program, Advisor Katie Sukhalu said many young boys and girls are more Korean or European culture than being a Naga. He said it is best always to be oneself and be proud to be a Naga, no matter what community or tribe one may belong. He also opined that many more aspects of Naga heritage and culture are not being fully covered and hoped that it will be covered in time and well documented, which will be supplemented by the Art and Culture Department or by the SCERT and vice versa. With the smart classrooms in all the schools, Sukhalu asked the heads of schools to ensure that these films are shown to the students and also urged the teachers to give more importance to culture and heritage of our Naga tribes. Commissioner and Secretary of School Education and SCERT Kevileno Angami said a person without being aware of one's culture, history and practices is an ignorant person. She said the national education policy dwelled on curriculum and methodology based on the knowledge of India and the states. Keeping the importance on teaching the children on the cultural practices and history of the state, Kevileno said the SCERT Nagaland has come out with the heritage videos, adding that these videos will supplement the heritage textbooks that are already used in schools. Director SCERT N. Chumjambeni Kikon said SCERT Nagaland has so far successfully documented a total of 15 Naga heritage-based short films, 3 of which were released in the year 2020 and 12 of the film being released today. Nagaland is the first SCERT in the country to introduce the course for Diploma in School Counselling, launched on 2nd April 2018. A total of 38 trainees from the third batch have been conferred the 9-month diploma certificates today. The certificates were handed by MLA and Advisor for School Education and SCERT, Katie Sukhalu. He also administered the oath to the graduating counsellors. Meanwhile, the fourth of the 9-month diploma in school counselling was also inducted today. Congratulating the graduates, Advisor Sukhalu said it is his long-felt desire that counsellors are needed in all the schools in Nagaland, especially for students. He said students come from various social backgrounds without the same thinking process. The advisor therefore said it is through the counsellors that can mainstream the students in the right line of thinking, not only in heritage studies but overall development of a child. Sukhalu observed that today's youngsters are using abusive words with careless attitude. To this, he said, teachers play a very important role in molding the future generations. He said a heavy responsibility lies on the teachers, as they will be sowing the seed in them that will produce a generation of good or bad leaders. Sukhalu also assured that the department is committed in addressing all the issues of the teachers as well as the welfare of the students. Meanwhile, a total of 57 candidates have been already conferred Diploma in School Counselling from the first and second batches. Today is International Day of Peace. The day is observed globally on September 21. The United Nations General Assembly marks the day by promoting ideals of peace among nations and people by observing non-violence and ceasefire for 24 hours. On the occasion, Chief Minister Neiphiu has expressed hope that the ideals of International Day of Peace will reign supreme in our lives and in the world. In a tweet, he said, "We ought to take the path of peace for bringing growth and prosperity to society." The Chief Minister asserted that each one of us has a role to play in fostering peace. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Nagaland State Department of Economics and Statistics released the Gross State Domestic Product (GSDP) of Nagaland 2021-22 today. Addressing a press conference, Director of Economics and Statistics Neiphiu Angami said that the GSDP has picked up from a negative growth of minus 2.63% in 2020-21 to 8.98% in 2021-22. Neiphiu said the advanced estimates showed that the growth of the state economy has surpassed the pre-pandemic average growth of 5.38%, despite the second wave of the pandemic that plagued the economy during the first quarter of 2021-22. The department also informed that over the years, the tertiary sector has become the most robust sector, contributing 62.77% of GSVA in 2021-22, and that the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic was felt the most in trade and repairs, hotels and restaurants sector, with a growth rate from the sector falling to a negative of minus 7.57% in 2020-21. With the normalization of the economy, the growth of the sub-sector is estimated to bounce back to positive growth of 6.80% in 2021-22. Professor Jagadish Kumar Bhatnaik assumed office as the new Vice-Chancellor of Nagaland University on September 15. He had been Pro-Vice-Chancellor in Mizoram University prior to joining Nagaland University. Professor Bhatnaik was appointed as Vice-Chancellor by the President of India in her capacity as the visitor. Union Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy has said that the national flag will be installed at tourist places in the country. The Union Minister was addressing the 3-day National Conference of State Tourism Ministers at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh, which concluded yesterday. He also appealed to the states and stakeholders to install flags at all hotels and tourist places. Reddy urged states to share and adopt best practices to boost the tourism sector. Talking about the outcome of the conference, Union Secretary of Tourism Arvind Singh said India will play a pivotal role in contributing towards global tourism recovery. Singh said the national tourism policy has been drafted with a holistic vision and strategy to revive India's tourism and targets to achieve $1 trillion in the sector by 2047. Swachhata Hi Seva 2022 campaign under the theme Remove Legacy Waste and Improve Visual Cleanliness in the Village began at Kohima village today, covering 5,130 households. The campaign was organized by PHET, Kohima Urban Division, and sponsored by Sanitation and WSSO PHET. Speaking on the occasion, Executive Engineer, PHET Kohima Urban Division, Supung Younger Iyer said, the celebration of Swachhata Hi Seva is from 15 September to 2nd October every year and is focused to eliminate single-use plastics besides creating awareness on cleanliness, waste segregation and tree plantation. As part of the Hindi Fortnight celebration, Hindi Filmi Song Competition was jointly organized by the Town Official Language Implementation Committee, TOLIC, Kohima, and All India Radio Kohima today at the premises of AIR Kohima. The competition was held for Hindi-speaking and non-Hindi-speaking categories. A total of 16 participants representing 8 central government departments in Kohima took part in the competition. Head of Office and Director Engineering AIR Kohima, K.K. Rengma, and Head of Office and Deputy Director Engineering DTK Kohima, S. Srinivas Rao, delivered short speeches, while Head of Program and Assistant Director AIR Kohima delivered a welcome address. Judges for the competition include Mutupo Zeliang, Nagaland Police Traffic, Sunam Sinten, Warrant Officer, 1st Assam Rifles, Kohima, and Avinash Shivasi Shekhar, Music Teacher, Kendriya Vidyalaya, CRPF Camp, Lire, Kohima. On the occasion, prizes were also distributed to the winners of the internal competition held for AIR Kohima staff. Headquarter 15 PRTF, SPI AG, 1st Assam Rifle D Block, AIR DDK Head Post Office, and A78 Battalion CRPF joined in the celebration. Winners of the competition will be announced and awarded on the closing ceremony of Hindi Fortnight celebration on 29 September to be held at State Academy Hall, Kohima. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Advisor for School Education and SCERT, KT Sukhalu, releases 12 Nagaland Heritage-based films. Nagaland is the first SCERT in the country to introduce course for Diploma in school counselling. On International Day of Peace, Chief Minister Neiphiu expresses hope that ideals of peace will reign supreme. And Nagaland State Department of Economics and Statistics releases gross state domestic product of Nagaland. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.